Good morning, and welcome to your daily Farm and Home Show, brought to you by the University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service. And now, here's your host.
Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles and we're talking all things drone with Kevin Lyons, Monroe County Extension Agent for Agriculture and Natural Resources, our resident drone expert here. Kevin, I appreciate you being here with us today.
You're welcome, Joanna.
It always makes me want to run out and get one after we talk about it. But, you know, there's a lot of things to think about. You mentioned the certification and registering the drone. If we're going to use it for commercial use, the certification and always register.
Right.
But, you know, there's probably some other things that we need to think about as well. And one of those maybe being insurance.
Yes, exactly right. The insurance is oftentimes overlooked when you get into doing things with it. And you just want to be sure you got your, because they get pretty expensive pretty quick. So, but the thing on the insurance, you want to, sometimes they will pay for your drone if you crash it or gets, you know, gets broke or whatever, have an accident with it. Most typically they'll pay for all that. But what you want to make sure you're looking at on the details is the next step. You know, if somebody becomes injured or you get sued for flying over somebody's property and they don't appreciate that, or you have an accident with it and it injure somebody's property or anything like that, the liability is the next step beyond just the coverage of the drone. Just make sure you've got enough coverage if you're going to be doing those type of activities with it to cover you, just like you would if you're driving your car.
Because like you said, it is an aircraft, unmanned aircraft, and a lot of times we think of it as a toy, but it probably needs to be added right onto our insurance because it is a tool that we're going to be using on the farm.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you mentioned something interesting that I want to talk about, because we've heard the news stories, you know, about somebody using a drone to maybe look inside other people's homes or do something crazy like that. Yeah. And where is that space? I mean, who owns the airspace? Talk a little bit about that.
Okay, well, of course, the FAA has it as an aircraft, so they write the rules and regs for how it's used. But states have a lot to do with the privacy issues that come along with operating it. So that's kind of the dividing line. And the privacy issues are a big deal. The landowner owns his land from the center of the earth to the heavens above is the way it's written. So all that airspace belongs to the landowner. But there are exceptions to the use of the airspace. You don't want to fly over somebody's property under 50 feet, and you sure don't want to be trying to surveil is the word. So if you're passing through, flying over somebody's property, since it's an aircraft, you have that right. But you need to be at least 50 feet, and you don't need to linger, and you just need to go. You don't want to be over 500 feet, because that gets into commercial airspace rules. So, but you do have the right to use that space, and the circumstances will depend on how long you can be over that space and how high you need to be. Just need to be really smart about it and don't abuse it.
Yeah, and a lot of times sometimes it's accidental.
Sometimes it is accidental, but you do have the right to fly over somebody's in their airspace, but you need to be in that 300-400 foot range when you do it.
And does it tell you on here, because I'm not sure I can eyeball 50 feet?
Oh, it tells you everything on there. It tells you how high, how far, whatever you need to know will be on that screen.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you get close to an airport, it will stop. If you're too close to it when you want to take off, it won't let you take off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I tried that. By accident, I was within 5 miles of the Tompkinsville airport. It gave me a red warning, told me why it wouldn't take off. It's very intuitive.
So it already has that programmed in the app, so it helps you not make some of those mistakes.
That's exactly right. But on the privacy, there's difference in nuisance and there's trespass. You don't want to be trespassing on somebody's airspace.
Okay, and that's when you linger, right?
That's when you kind of take it to the spot you don't need to be in. You need to be very neighborly, very conscious of somebody else's privacy rights.
Absolutely, because they do have those high-resolution cameras on there and those type of things.
If you know, folks, if they want to abuse something, there certainly will, but there's penalties to pay for that too most of the time.
Yeah, and I'm sure as this technology improves and gets used more, that they'll have more of those regulations.
Yes, it's definitely an evolving process on the privacy laws.
All right. Well, Kevin, certainly appreciate all the information about a drone. Now, if you got one for Christmas, you might have some work to do. You need to go register, and depending on how you're going to use it, some other things, but good information to have in utilizing these, because they are part of probably our future in agriculture and as well as other industries. So thanks, Kevin, for being here today, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.
If you have questions about today's topic, please call the Warren County Extension Office at the number on your screen. Thanks for watching and have a great day.